Hello, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I need to apologize in advance. Audio quality in this video may sound rocky in certain segments because this is two videos spliced together to create one big scale analysis. When I had originally done my original Travis analysis, I didn't have a new mic, and then when I did the one for No More Heroes 3, I did get a new mic. So the audio quality in the first hour or so of this video is not going to be great, but it does improve later on. I decided to merge these two videos together to, as I said before, have one big scale analysis on the series. With that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed this video, but before we get started, let's talk about our channel's collaborator, Boomslang, for a little bit. Boomslang is a company that creates unique anime designs, whether it be phone cases, stickers, apparel, prints, and so much more. They have hundreds of unique designs brought to you by the talented P Shinobi that fits any taste under the sun. You like mecha, you like lo-fi, maybe you like something a bit more abstract, well, Boomslang has you covered. And with them being the first sponsor of the channel, I'm very grateful. I'm eyeing a few of their designs myself. Feel free to go down there, use my link, and use code GRIMGAMESH for 10% off your next purchase. That's all caps GRIMM_GAMESH at checkout for 10% off your next purchase. Pick yourself up whatever fits your fancy. Thank you so much for Boomslang for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to Fire Punch. With No More Heroes 3 on the horizon, and No More Heroes 1 and 2 being ported to Switch and Steam, now is a great time to talk about one of my favorite gaming series, and specifically, one of my favorite gaming characters of all time, Travis Touchdown. Suda51 is truly a man ahead of his time, even by today's standards. He takes what we know about gaming and twists it beyond our expectations. He creates rich worlds and characters that anyone can fall in love with. His writing for me is very similar to Hideki Sorachi, the Gintama mangaka. The two of these juggernaut visionaries have been able to not only create interesting, well-rounded characters, but also an extremely creative and engaging world that they reside in. I'd argue that Gintoki and Travis share a lot in common, but that's for another video. Back on the topic, Suda51's writing is so full of nuance that every time Grasshopper tries to recreate his magic without him being directly involved, it tends to fall short. But to be honest, I do like one of these games more than the other. I know what you're thinking. The tragedy of Travis Touchdown? How could a character so bombastic be tragic in any way? Well, allow me to explain. On the surface, Travis Touchdown is a lightsaber-swinging, badass killing machine with a hot French wife. In fact, the only thing tragic about Travis, at least in the first game, is that he's a broke, loser, otaku cringe-lord. Honestly, I don't know where to begin with Travis. No More Heroes has such nuance in its storytelling that it's really hard to even start putting these nuances into a cohesive order. But I'll try my best. So let's start from the beginning. Who is Travis Touchdown? Well, Travis Touchdown, he's a pretty laid-back guy that one night got tricked into joining an assassin's ranking, where him and other killers battled for the #1 spot.
Anywho, I decided to get a job. The gig? Assassinate the Drifter. So I went where I was supposed to and waited for the guy to show up. And there he was. This cat, well-dressed, cool, couldn't tell if he was the shit or just plain old shit. Yeah, so he's styling, fast, aggressive, and packing heat. Bada bing. Or at least it was supposed to be. Till she showed up. Her name? Sylvia Crystal, an agent with this whatchamacallit association.
Congratulations. You are certified as the 11th best hitman. How about getting rid of the 10 killers above you and aim for the top?
I want to be #1. How's that? Short and simple enough for you?
The first person Travis faces off against in his quest to reach the top is Death Metal. The exchange the two have before their fight initially comes off as generic anime protagonist spiel, but as we see later, it serves as foreshadowing for the greater scope of the narrative Suda is trying to tell.
Quite beautiful, wouldn't you say? Paid for with the lives of many. When you have the strength to take life for yourself, that is true wealth. I am free of desire. So long as I have this scenery to look upon, I need nothing more. Please leave me be.
You're the one leaving. In a body bag.
I'll only say this once more. Leave here now!
Huh. Me leave? You obviously don't know me.
You don't get it, do you?
Hey, you know what paradise is, right?
Paradise?
This is paradise. The place where dreams are fulfilled. Well, you've had your dream, old man. Time to wake up!
This is no paradise.
All right. Then what is it?
A place to die.
Huh. I'm glad you and I are on the same page here.
So naive. You have no idea, do you? What a pity. You make an old man cry. Arrogant, crude little shits like you come around from time to time. Listen well, young one. The wall is high, higher than you will ever know. Ultimate sacrifice is sublime. Now draw.
Huh. You can take that to your grave.
Death Metal warns Travis that whatever he's thinking will come out of this bloodthirst will only end badly. The idea of murdering people to become number one is not all sunshines and rainbows, and it's not the paradise Travis thinks it is. The fact that Death Metal achieved all he had due to the sheer number of lives he takes says it all. He doesn't want to fight, he wants to be left alone. And after he is dealt a crushing defeat by Travis, he says, which implies to us that even though he wanted to be left alone, in reality he wanted to die. Maybe it was his form of repenting for his sins. He relinquishes his title of Holy Sword to Travis, as if a curse had been lifted from him.
Extraordinary. The moment I've been waiting for. The name Holy Sword is now yours.
You're joking, right? I don't care about titles or power. I just want to be number one.
Then master the ways of the assassin.
Here's your ticket to paradise, old man.
And when Sylvia makes her entrance, we learn that Assumption isn't far off. Travis's inner monologue during this fight gives us an idea of his mental state, as his words and actions constantly contradict one another. He regrets his rash decision of becoming an assassin, and he repeats over and over that he has to find an exit to paradise.
Shall we get this over with? You'll never beat me. Shall we get this over?
He describes his anxiety as clutching onto him, and in the same breath he's looking for something to crush those feelings, so he won't leave this life he's about to take on. Even after killing Death Metal, he remarks that he doesn't feel any sense of accomplishment. This is something that Travis continues to exhibit throughout the game. Travis and Sylvia converse. Travis plays around with the idea of not pursuing this life, but Sylvia unfortunately informs him that from this point on, he has no choice, as others will inevitably gun for his head even if he chooses not to fight. Travis is reasonably upset. He remarks that she set him up. He then, as if trying to find a benefit in this senseless violence, trivializes life. He vows that he'll become number one in exchange for sex with Sylvia.
I'm not feeling the sense of accomplishment that I should here. So I just gotta do this a few more times, right?
If you so choose, yes.
And you will keep your promise?
There is nothing the Association cannot do.
And if I refuse?
As the 10th ranked assassin, you are now a target for those who want to replace you. Anytime, anywhere, number 11 could be right around the corner, ready to put a knife in your eye.
So what you're telling me is that I gotta continue fighting. There's no way out of this. You set me up, bitch.
Quit your bitching and get with the program. There's only one road out of here. No turning back.
Okay, how about this? If I become number one, will you do it with me?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Come on, just once.
We move on to
Dr.Peace. Listen to my song.
Travis strikes him down as expected, but he's still not fully accustomed to the life of a killer. Sylvia remarks on this after the fight.
Congratulations. You are now ranked number 9.
What'd you expect?
Wait a minute. Are you getting a little sentimental? Still green, aren't you? You know this is only the beginning.
Call me when the next one's arranged.
Why wouldn't he be? Taking the life of an old man who was so stuck in his ways that he couldn't turn back, even though he desperately wanted to.
My ex-wife called me the other day and I met my daughter for the first time in 10 years. We dined at a fancy restaurant, one of those that are impossible to get a reservation for. And then afterwards, karaoke.
Who got you the reservation?
The association took care of it, of course. What's important is not the fact the reservations are hard to get. In fact, no one gets reservations. The words reservations only apply only to those outside of the circle. It's getting into that circle that matters.
And the food, good?
Unfortunately, the atmosphere was a facade. Not once did my own daughter look me in the eye. Oh, the food tasted like blood.
You're a junkie for blood, old man.
Sadly, I can't disagree. There's only one way to live. People like us, we're sharks attracted to blood. You smelled blood too, didn't you? Isn't that why you're here?
You got it, old man. And for some reason, I feel this sense of euphoria.
Don't die on me too quickly. I want to gorge myself on this sense of fulfillment till I vomit.
Man, this is what I live for. Fighting your own kind. Nothing's more gratifying.
See you on the other side. Next song I sing, I know my daughter will love. Won't you, darling? Better practice my rap. Rap with me, Jennifer.
It's open mic night in hell, old man. Sing all you want down there.
Now we move on to
What's that in your hand? A toy?
who is similar to Travis. So similar in fact that even he remarks on this when she questions the reason for him not striking her down when her back is turned like an assassin would. Destroyman comes to mind. More on him later.
A real gentleman. I just turned my back, but you didn't strike. You are fucking with me!
It's actually pretty hard to take cheap shots when your enemy is as bloodthirsty as yourself.
People like us think alike, don't we?
Shall we?
She kills her classmates before going off with Travis to begin their fight. Yet again, Travis trivializes the death of these innocent students. It doesn't faze him in the slightest. However, even though it does not faze him, he is a bit critical of her actions, yet again showing his humanity.
You killed them?
Such a gentleman. Are you asking out of tactical curiosity? Or are you just fucking with me?
Bet they didn't offer much resistance.
You got a problem with that? You got no idea how hard it is to hide your true self around here.
Hey, I'm not accusing anybody.
Compared to Death Metal and Dr.Peace, he spares Shinobu. He has no reason to take her life, as her ill will towards him comes from a misunderstanding. It also helps that he idolizes her father. He gives her a reason to continue living, and ultimately changes her life, but that's for another video. The exchange reminds me of Berserk, specifically the exchange between Guts and Teresa.
What are you waiting for? Finish me!
Finish you?
Don't look at me like that! Don't!
I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. I never fought your father.
Liar! You killed him! Sliced him in two! You sick bastard!
Whoa! Calm down a little. Jacobs was my mentor. I'd never kill him.
Liar!
I watched Master Jacobs' teachings on video over and over till the fucking tape wore out. We've never met in person.
Kill me. I admit it. I lost. Just do it!
How about kill yourself after you kill me? Sounds like a bit straight out of a samurai movie, don't it?
Shut up and kill me already! You've already dishonored me enough.
Do it yourself.
Please.
I'll fight you anytime, anywhere. Until then, I'll be waiting.
Sylvia enters and Travis tells her not to kill Shinobu. He disagrees with the idea of killing for the sake of it, and he says he just wants to fight someone better than him. With each fight, we see two sides of Travis. A bloodthirsty killing machine, and some guy in over his head with a skewed moral compass, who maybe didn't want to kill in the first place.
Another victory, Travis. You are now ranked 8th.
You gonna kill her?
Probably not. She's still young. But I still have to follow the association's rules of conduct.
Then let her live.
Are we suddenly in love, Travis?
Hell no.
Then why take the risk of her coming back for revenge? In this business, there's no such thing as mercy.
Kill when you can kill. That's bullshit. All I want to do is fight someone better than me. She'll grow up. Why not kill her when she's stronger? Yeah, then I'll kill her.
You are sick.
So are you.
The next boss really cements the idea that Travis does not understand the severity of the situation he's gotten himself upon.
Destroyman.
Come and get some.
Destroyman touches on Travis's naivety. Travis essentially turns his back on his enemy, something a cold-blooded assassin would not do. This fatal error could have ended Travis's life.
Oh man.
I thought I wouldn't make it here on time. Had to take care of some customers that filed complaints. My apologies. So much to do with so little help. Yeah, I can't stand these people with all their nonsense complaints. They think they can just say anything. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm here. I made it on time. That's the important thing, right? I take it you're Mr. 8?
You? You're ranked?
Not me. Well, actually it is me.
Oh, that makes sense.
Never mind then. We've got a job to do. But first, I need some time to get ready. Would you mind turning the other way? I need some privacy.
Privacy?
Yes. I need to prepare.
Whatever. Don't mind me. Pretend I'm not even here.
I just need you to look the other way for a second.
A second?
Yes, just a split second. I don't think it's too much to ask. Deal?
Then we can get on with our fight?
That is correct.
All right. Ah! Oh, damn it. Whoa! That was close. For a second there, I forgot that you were a killer.
Sorry if I scared you. I didn't mean to do that. Something's wrong with me today.
I let my guard down. Getting sloppy. I gotta stay on my toes.
You mind if I ask you something?
Yeah, what is it, Mr. Cosplay?
We're both assassins, right? Why do we have to kill each other anyway? If you ask me, it's absolutely meaningless.
It's about determining who's best. That's what it's about.
Can't argue with that. Well then, let's get started.
What? You want to shake hands?
We're both fighters, aren't we? Not killers, at least for now. This is a sign of sportsmanship, that we respect each other before and after the fight. Good luck.
Likewise.
Destroy Spark.
Oh, this is great. Is this guy an idiot or what? Is this a joke? You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Oh man, you are something. Oh, this is the best. Man, you really cracked me up. I think this laughter's gonna kill me. Oh, seriously, I think I might really die from laughter. It hurts. Someone help! Oh God! Oh shit! I thought I was gonna die there, for real.
And look at you. You look like you're dead. I guess it's time for a wake-up call.
Destroy power! Destroy beam!
This is where it gets good. Good night.
Destroy Buster!
That was quite a move. I'll admit you've got potential. If challenge had a taste, you'd be quite delicious.
Fight for the 7th?
Yeah, sure. Bring it on! I love a challenge!
When he kills Destroyman, Sylvia remarks, casting her earlier doubts about Travis to the side.
Travis, I'm starting to think that you may be for real. You are now 7th in rank.
Hey, when I hit number 1, you better be looking your best.
No need to pretty up. I want you to see me for who I really am.
Serious?
With each fight, Travis begins to glorify murder. That is, until he is face to face with our next ranking battle, and arguably the best boss in the game, story-wise.
Holy summer.
Still just a fight.
The two have a truly brilliant exchange, where Travis says he loves fighting and lives for killing. Adding on to that sick, twisted mindset, he says he's never felt fear, and that the thought of dying never crossed his mind. All things that greatly shape his character in later games. He feeds more into his bloodthirst, as he tells Holly that she shouldn't find meaning in killing. He asks her if she's ready to fight, remarking that normally assassins don't usually talk like this, taking cues from his earlier fight with Destroyman. Ironically enough, he doesn't attack her when she has her back turned, something that Destroyman did to him.
Do you like fighting?
Yep.
Do you like killing?
Live for it.
Do you like fear?
Can't say. Never felt it.
Do you accept death?
Death never crossed my mind.
Death is the only truth. You are still a mere bud.
That's not a good thing, you know. Seeking meaning in everything. Especially killing. That's a bad habit among smart little girls these days.
Come closer and you will understand everything.
I'm ready. Anywhere, anytime.
Just your ordinary assassin. Such a disappointment.
Are you in the mood yet? Normal assassins don't shoot the shit like this. They see their target and kill them!
Upon defeating her, Travis opts out of killing her. She chucked this up to him not being able to kill women, and at this point in time, that might be true. Holly marks a turning point in Travis's character. He begins to value life a lot more, and realizes that glorifying death isn't something he wants to continue doing. Unfortunately for Travis and us the players, Holly takes her own life. However, at this point, Travis is too far gone to stop here, but his moral compass sure has shifted. He still finds joy in killing. But he starts to take Shinobu and Holly Summers' philosophies to heart. An assassin has to die after a ranked fight. That's just how it is. He's sort of lenient on this though, as he gets older, as we see in later games.
What is this? This is not mercy. You can't kill a woman. Pathetic. If you can't kill a woman, you are less than a thug. You will never make it to the top. That's okay. I seem to have a thing for stupid, pathetic men like you. I can accept defeat if it comes from your hand. I will let you in on a secret. Assassins must die when they lose. Open your eyes and never look back. Promise, never forget me.
Huh?
Thank you. The moment you hesitated, I felt your embrace.
Hold up!
Academics like to fantasize too, you know.
Wait! Number 6! No! Forgive me, number 6. I never meant to shame you. What was her name?
That is not important anymore.
You're right. But I owe her at least that.
Holly Summers, born in...
No. Just her name.
7 bosses in, Travis is very different from how he was at the start of our adventure. Regardless of Holly Summers' impact on him, he's beyond the point of being able to stop killing altogether, or not enjoying the feeling of killing altogether. The big change is he no longer trivializes death. In fact, he's finally begun to understand the message death metal, Shinobu, and Holly Summers all stand by, and for the most part, were willing to teach him. Death is inescapable as an assassin. He has to finish what he started. It's far too late to quit. The 3rd ranked assassin,
Fuck you, you little prick.
Speedbuster, killed Travis's master, Thunder Ryu, right before his very eyes. The cold world of the assassin and Santa Destroy has taken something from Travis, similar to how he has taken from the assassins before him. Karma, if you will.
Master!
Stay back! This one's mine! So back off! What?
A cat? You frightened me for a second, kitty.
Master!
How could I have been so...
I'm coming, Master!
Do not interfere! This is a duel! Don't do anything stupid!
But...
I have nothing left to teach you! Aim for the top! Remember, master your katana, and the power will be yours! Mr. Yellow!
Pretty good, boy.
Damn right. I'm an apprentice of the Master.
Thunder Liu, He was a good man, and I hope one day you'll be as good as he was.
Count on it.
A little present for you. Farewell.
And good night.
After the deed is done, we move on to Bad.
You think you're bad, don't you?
Charlotte Birkin, a kill that would come back to bite Travis in the ass, like many others. The exchange between the two just shows the stark difference between her and Travis. Travis views her as a perverted killer, not an assassin, while Bad Girl says they're one and the same, and that Travis has no right to look down on her, and to an extent, she's right. Bad Girl is a mirror of what Travis could become, but more on that later.
This is insane!
Phew! What a day. I need a drink. So fucking thirsty. Hold on a sec. Damn, that's smooth. I feel alive again. Want a drink?
I'll pass.
Pop quiz. Why am I such an angry bitch? Seriously, no matter how many I kill, it's all the same. They're all going to pay. Yeah, with their fucking lives.
You're a bad girl.
You have no right to look at me like that. It's just a job. The daily grind.
You're no assassin. You're just a perverted killing maniac.
In essence, they're the same. Don't go on thinking you're better than me. You think you're hot shit. Who the fuck do you think you are? Come on!
Remember when Travis fought Holly? During their conversation, Travis remarks that he's never felt fear before, and death has never crossed his mind.
Do you like fear?
Can't say. Never felt it.
Do you accept death?
Death? Never crossed my mind.
And if we are to believe this is true, nothing in this game so far contradicts that statement, up until now. Bad Girl's insatiable thirst for blood is frightening to Travis. Even with his katana stuck in her stomach, she continues to bash him with her bat. Her will to win is what's keeping her alive at this point, and Travis has no way to defend himself without being clubbed to death. So what does he do? Give up. Only then, Bad Girl's thirst for victory has been quenched, allowing her to die.
Naughty girls need spankings.
Maybe you forgot. I'm a bad girl. I won't lose. I will never lose.
I give up. You win.
Yes, I've won.
That was a close one. Almost didn't make it.
It was a fine fight, sir.
Shit, that was close.
Before we head to our final fight, Travis learns that the UAA ranking were all made up via Sylvia's mother. This fact infuriates him. The idea of taking lives for no reason is genuinely sickening to Travis. But as Sylvia's mother states, he has to finish what he started. And she's right. To stop now would be an insult to the lives of every one of the assassins that he's killed up until this point.
Why didn't I call this number in the first place? Hello?
Hello? May I ask who's calling?
This is the Assassins Association, right? Look, I gotta talk to you about...
Oh, dear. She's done it again, hasn't she?
Hey, are you listening?
Excuse me for asking, but are you by chance an assassin?
Whoa, don't tell the whole world.
Then you have been had, sir. You are not her first.
What? Run that by me again.
Listen to me. Do not get involved whatever you do.
Listen, lady, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Who are you, anyway?
Another sorry kid. And for the record, I am Sylvia's mother.
Mother?
Yes, you heard me. And there's no such thing as an association, or whatever you think exists.
You're joking, right? Do you know how many people I've killed?
She is a professional con artist.
You mean a fraud? Are you telling me this was all just bullshit?
She set everything up. Would you mind telling me how far this all went?
I'm now second in rank.
So, just one more to go. Alrighty. Why not play along since you've come this far?
Are you serious? What's the point? This is all some make-believe charade.
But a good man finishes what he started. Fight to the end. Your most formidable opponent awaits in the castle. Now, off to the Garden of Madness.
Now onto our final fight. The fight that brings us back to square one. The one fight that reveals Travis's motives up until now. Gives us a look into how broken this man really is. Travis's reasons for killing wasn't what he initially told us at the start of the game. He wasn't doing it for money. Hell, the intro contradicts his fight with Death Metal. It wasn't to have sex with Sylvia either. Not that he's going to refuse that offer. It was for revenge. Revenge for the death of his parents. Travis's downward spiral was all due to revenge. A revenge he has lost sight of during his journey due to the lust of killing. The lust for the fight. You could say Travis's desire to kill was a way of coping with his loss. In a weird fucked up way, but he was blindsided and used sex with Sylvia to fill the void that he'd inevitably feel after he were to obtain this revenge. A concept that is explored more in depth in No More Heroes 2. Travis faces off against his half-sister, Jeane. The person he has to kill is someone that he loved, so much so that his cat and later his daughter are both named after her.
Welcome to my castle. I heartily receive you, my son.
All right, enough with the jokes.
A joke? You don't remember me, Travis. I am your true father. Blood does not make such mistakes.
Jeez, you are full of it, aren't you? It's a good story, I'll give you that much.
This is just another story.
Even if you were my father, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters here is who's best.
Remember, son, engraved into your memory is the night when everything changed. I fell to my feet right before my son's eyes. Do you not remember this?
In my deepest memories, I hear someone calling. I remember. It was a hot summer day. There was someone standing behind my father and mother. That person killed my parents. The face, I can't make it out. Who are you?
Remember.
Who are you?
Try harder.
I think I can see it. Almost.
Do you recognize the face?
Now I remember everything.
Well done, son. She was the girl you loved.
You're still as gullible as ever, Travis. Think, why would he be your father?
I guess you're right. I don't have a father. At least not anymore. You killed him, didn't you?
Yes. And that's why you became an assassin. To kill me.
Now I get it. All those fights. It was for this. I lost everything that I ever cared about. That bitch took everything.
I can help you to get even.
She's a good con artist, that's for sure. She set up some killer fights.
So you and I finally meet. You should thank Sylvia.
Jeane, there's just one thing I want to ask you. Who are you?
Me? You don't need to know. All of your trivial questions will be answered in the afterlife.
Answer me!
It's impossible.
Impossible? What do you mean?
It's too terrible. It alone would jack up the age rating of this game even further.
So what? Who cares?
What if the game gets delayed? You don't want this to become No More Heroes forever, do you?
All right. I'll fast forward this so you can tell me.
Okay. I'll make it short and quick. You are my half-brother. You know that manga called Miyuki? The Japanese one? Well, it's like that. Your father abandoned my mother to run off with your mother. It broke her heart beyond repair. She killed herself. Knowing I had nowhere to go, he took advantage of me. Ever since I can remember, he molested me. We lived in this rotten apartment, and I was his slave. Every day I cursed his soul. I swore that I would kill him one day. But cursing didn't change anything. That's when I decided to become a killer. With no money to pay for training, I paid with my body. But to you, I bet that son of a bitch looked like a hard-working family man. That was all an act. He didn't give two shits about cleaning up my life. So I decided to clean it up myself. That's why I do what I do. And I got what I wanted. Killing him in front of your very eyes. That's my story.
Imagine that. You and I. Brother and sister.
Now you see what I've been through?
Maybe it had to be done. But vengeance begets vengeance.
You're right. Go ahead. Draw, brother.
All of your sorrows end today, Jeane.
Travis strikes her down with the help of Shinobu. At first, she begs for him not to kill her, and if this was Travis pre-Holly Summers, he wouldn't have, but he has grown since then. And this marks another person in his life that has to die. First being his parents, then his master Thunder Ryu, his half-sister Jeane, and later Lavikov, and his best friend, Bishop.
Brother, please don't kill me!
Sorry, Jeane. This hurts me too.
We're both in the same business after all. And I've had enough.
Time for you to rest, Jeane.
Good night, Travis.
I hope your next dream is a more pleasant one. It's over. This is where it all ends. Right, Sylvia?
It's safe to say that the entire journey has changed Travis, turning him into a different man, and giving him a new appreciation and value for life. Not only his life, but the lives of others whom he holds dear. Before he would live his life without thinking about the consequences of his actions, something that will haunt him for games to come. Before we get into the sequels, let's take a look at the assassins we faced, and how some of them represent the many faces that Travis can and has embodied to a certain extent. Death Metal is the absolute ideal. He represents what Travis wants out of his life. Travis even says so during their fight. He's everything Travis could become in his climb to the top. A jaded old man, unfazed by the lies he's taken in his pursuit for paradise. He understands death is inescapable. In fact, it's quite ironic that after Travis kills him, he takes his home for himself, as seen in No More Heroes 2 when he unveils the mecha that Naomi made for him, which is stored in Death Metal's old mansion. We also see in Travis Strikes Again that his wife Sylvia and his two children Jeane and Hunter reside in this mansion. On the other hand, Dr.Peace represents the opposite of that. A life Travis could have, everything goes wrong in his pursuit for glory and killing, disconnected from his family, and equally hated by his own daughter. A lonely life filled with nothing but regret. Holly Summers embodies what Travis could become at the end of his journey, and for the most part, what he has become. Someone who respects the art of assassination, understands and accepts the idea of death, that the only way to leave this life is with death. A Travis who thinks of the consequences of every action he takes. Destroyman, however, is a version of Travis who is a sleazy assassin that kills for the sake of killing, so he blends into the crowd, being quite mundane on the outside, but on the inside a bloodthirsty time bomb who uses any opportunity to kill others weaker than him and takes advantage of the situation because he can. No honor or pride. Last but not least, Bad Girl. Bad Girl is a version of Travis who puts his lust for killing above all else, leaving himself empty and unable to do anything else but kill, becoming as drunk on the feeling as she is on actual alcohol, becoming self-destructive in the process, unlike Destroyman. opposed to Destroyman and Bad Girl, but in the same realm as the two, Harvey Volodarski, a version of Travis who finds paradise and finds luxury in killing, but instead of living alone like death metal, he relishes in the fame of it all, and sees it as a performance for equally as sick people to watch. At the end of No More Heroes, Travis is approached by another assassin, gunning for his head. This continues into No More Heroes 1.5, which serves as a bridge to fill in the gap between the first game and the second game.
It's finally over. Can't a guy get some privacy? At least when he's taking a dump?
I'm afraid not. These fights don't work like that. It's time to die, Mr. First Rank.
You gotta be shitting me!
Travis is considered the hero of Stand to Destroy, but things quickly go from bad to worse when another friend of Travis is killed in the crossfire. Lovikov.
それではいよいよサンタデストロイ地域振興会理事長のリードでトラビスタッチダウン像の除幕を執り行います。それではどうぞ。おめでとうございます。トラビスタッチダウン全米殺し屋協会ランキング第1位の偉業を成し遂げた男。生粋のサンタデストロイっ子。サンタデストロイが生んだヒーロー。トラビスタッチダウンに盛大なる祝福を。
トラビス、やばいぜ。何かが始まる。
俺一、俺ヒーロー。
誰だ？
トラビス、油断した。町を守れなかった。ロビコフ師匠、何があった？ありゃここじゃ見ない連中だ。向こうの都市から来たマフィアに違いない。うわっ！師匠、もういい。もう喋るな。連中の本当の狙いはトラビス。お前だ。俺が？黒幕も分かった。この町を破壊しようとしているのは師匠！くそ！椿、血に飢えてやがるぜ。
この電話と同じように二度と喋れないようにしてやんねえとな。
Travis is then challenged to a duel at the place where his bloody adventure had begun in the first game.
天使の死体が転がる街、サンタデストロイ。
With that being said, I think it's time we talk about the accurately titled No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle.
No more heroes, it's hero, the hero, catch nobody but yourself, nothing less to.
After receiving an invitation in No More Heroes 1.5, Travis stands before Skelter Helter, the younger brother of Skelter Helter, the drifter as he's referred to in the first game.
I was supposed to and waited for the guy to show up. And there he was. This cat, well-dressed, cool, couldn't tell if he was the shit or just plain old shit.
The reason for this duel is simple: revenge.
Travis, touchdown. This place bring back any memories?
It's only where my last killing spree started. All those screwed up ranking fights. Now why would I remember that?
It'll be your blood this time, when I avenge my brother! Draw!
Brother? Who?
Don't you remember the man you fought here?
No. Can't say I do. Guess he didn't make an impression. Must have been crazy weak.
You insensitive prick! You killed him and you don't even remember! You know how humiliating that is?
Sorry.
Skelter, obviously not being a match for Travis, loses and Sylvia enters the fray, informing him that he's now entered another ranking battle. Travis is not pleased about this. He's walked away from this life, as we saw in No More Heroes 1.5. Even though he's no longer an assassin, trouble still follows him. And when it happens, the dead Helter Skelter, after having his head cut clean off, comes back to life and leaves Travis with a message.
Okay, magnifique! It has been a while, Travis. So, you finally resumed work as an assassin, and still a hygiene-impaired slob, I see.
Sylvia? Is that it? You gotta be kidding! I haven't seen you in 3 years, and that's the welcome I get?
Hey! We're not done yet! I've got a message for you.
Oh my, he is still alive.
Pain in my ass. Why aren't you dead yet?
Such blind arrogance, like the naked emperor.
Seriously? I cut off your head?
Travis! You are the loser. This fight was only part of our plan.
Our plan?
I said I'd avenge you killing my brother, didn't I? Well, who's been a brother to you?
What?
Travis. Don't think you can kill without suffering consequences. To kill someone is not simply to end their life. One must risk their entire being in order to destroy another's. Up until now, you've had it easy. I've taken the curse you gave me, the shackles of revenge, and I'm throwing them back on you. Now it's your turn to be burdened with another's death. It has destroyed me, and it will destroy you too. This is the ultimate vengeance!
The Curse of Revenge, something Travis is all too familiar with. We cut to the video store as Bishop is assassinated by the same thugs who tried to kill Travis in 1.5. This is the last straw. Travis has lost so much. His masters, his sisters, his comfortable life, and now his best friend. Enough was enough. Blinded by revenge, once again, Travis sets out to find and kill the person who put a hit on Bishop and anyone that gets in his way as he climbs the UA rankings once more.
I have set up the next ranking fight.
Where are you? I don't care who the fuck it is. Just give me someone to fight.
You sound passionate. What's gotten into you?
Someone killed Bishop.
I understand. Wait for me at Burger Suplex.
You mean your best friend? The shopkeeper?
Sylvia, I want to make a deal. I'll conquer the rankings, fight whoever it takes. And in return, you find me the assholes who killed Bishop.
Calm down. You shouldn't make this personal. It is the quickest way to lose a battle.
This isn't a battle anymore. It's a motherfucking war.
Fine. It makes no difference, really. The mastermind behind Bishop's death is the owner of PAPxPAP. This building? Most of this city? He is the head of the corporation that runs it all. Jasper Batt Jr. And as fate would have it, he is also the #1 assassin.
You better not be lying.
It is a fact. The object of your revenge is waiting at the top of the ranks. Wonderfully convenient, don't you think?
Sure is.
There's a new hotel on the beach. The 50th ranked assassin is waiting for you there. By the way, Bat Jr. owns that hotel too.
He really is everywhere, huh?
Better hurry. There are 50 other fighters trying to kill him. You have no time to waste.
Just sit back, Sylvia, and watch the hell I'm gonna raise.
Ironic, considering what Travis had said to Jeane in the first game, a concept that was explored thoroughly here.
Maybe it had to be done, but vengeance begets vengeance.
You're right.
The game is presented to us as a pseudo-narrative by Sylvia to a mysterious listener, who we later find out is Travis, but more on that later. Before we move on, let's take a closer look into Skelter Helter, or as he's formerly known as, Vincent. In Japan, there's a version of No More Heroes 2 called the Hoppers Edition, and it comes with a book filled with art and a short manga telling us the story of Helter Skelter and his brother, Vincent. See, Helter Skelter wasn't some assassin. He was used in the intro of the game and had no real presence in the story, but like every ranking fight in the first game, he had a purpose. He became an assassin to pay for his brother's college affairs. It's safe to say that the two were close, and Travis killing him was a monumental blow to Vincent that led him to become an assassin himself, just to seek revenge on Travis, no matter the cost. Throughout the game, we face countless assassins and learn more about this jaded version of Travis. He's grown since the first game, as a person and also as a pseudo-celebrity. Travis' touchdown is truly larger than life in this game. His past actions inspire countless other assassins, trying to either learn how he was able to just walk away from this life 3 years ago, and others just want to fight him because of his legendary status. Most specifically, Nathan Copeland, Kimmy Howel, and Charlie Macdonald. The legacy of Travis' touchdown is very familiar to the legend of Luke Skywalker that Rian Johnson touched upon in The Last Jedi. It's quite fitting, honestly, as No More Heroes isn't shy when referencing Star Wars, or things similar to Star Wars. I know that The Last Jedi came out years after No More Heroes 2, but I thought it would be a fitting comparison regardless. No More Heroes 2 is by no means a deep game. It lacks the depth and writing of the previous title, and is frowned upon for many of its gameplay and story decisions that contradict one another. But that's not to say that at its core, it still has an interesting message about revenge that's very similar to The Last of Us 2. That being said, not many of the bosses have anything to teach Travis or have any kind of deep lore tied to him, aside from a few, so we'll just skip to them. The next 3 bosses fall into Suda's kill the past ideology in a very literal way. Letz Shake, Million Gunman, and New Destroyman. Letz Shake and New Destroyman being enemies from Travis' past back for revenge, and Million Gunman, while not a ghost from Travis's past or even having much of a personality, is very similar to Dr.Peace in his design and fighting style. An interesting note on the Destroyman, fellow YouTuber and pseudo-inspiration for this video, GhenryParez, has an interesting take on why New Destroyman acts the way he does, and well, I agree with him. So instead of me regurgitating his theory, I'll let you listen for yourself.
Shinobu confronts the Destroyman. Defeated by Travis, he comes back as 2 entities.
You know, it's dangerous coming to a place like this alone. You ought to be more careful. Seriously. Terrible things can happen. I see it on the news all the time. Maybe that's why she came. It's what she wants. 2 grown men to keep her company. Horny slut.
My master's got his hands full, so I'm taking his place. Not that it matters. The result's gonna be the same. I don't have time for this.
You're taking Travis's place? Wow. I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty disrespected.
Just shut up and fight.
Oh, listen to this whore. Acting like she's some kind of femme fatale. Shut up and fight, she says. She's really pissing me off. Seriously. And she's so rude. Reminds me of my complaining customers. Now, Travis, he knew how to fight like a gentleman. Sliced me in half, sure, but he did it with grace.
A lot of people say this was a cheap rehash of Destroyman's mysterious character in the first game, how these two are literally just Destroyman and Destroyman that's a pervert. I mean, I did for a while. And don't get me wrong, it still is kind of cheap, but Destroyman really did have 2 sides of himself working together before. He was very kind and patient when in his mailman disguise.
Had to take care of some customers that filed complaints. My apologies.
He was trying to get the upper hand, but wouldn't let it get in the way of his politeness. It's almost as if he's doing the other side of himself a favor, but still stuck to his current persona.
I just need you to look the other way for a second.
A second?
Yes, just a split second.
All right.
Oh, damn it.
The more mannerful side of him was still present after donning the suit, almost as if he needed help to get ready. Seeing as how Travis was able to avoid his trick, he decided to go for it again with the handshake. Continuing to be a proper and patient man, he was able to lure in Travis one more time.
We're both fighters, aren't we? Not killers, at least for now. This is a sign of sportsmanship, that we respect each other before and after the fight. Good luck.
Likewise.
Destroy Spark.
One could even say this grin was the moment that other side of Destroyman took over entirely for the sake of the fight. After all, at this point he was completely cynical, obnoxious, and aggressive.
This is great. Is this guy an idiot or what? Is this a joke? You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Oh man, you are something. Oh, this is the best. Man, you really cracked me up. I think this laughter's gonna kill me. Destroy cow! Destroy beam!
This man had two separate sides of his personality sharing the same body. Now they are able to coexist through the miracle of cybernetic enhancements. Unfortunately, this new aspect of Destroyman's double life isn't given much time to develop and mainly consists of callbacks.
We're gonna kill you twice over!
Hell, I spent more time analyzing him in the first game again than I did for his return. But I suppose I wouldn't have reached this conclusion if it weren't for his depiction in No More Heroes 2. It just felt underutilized for this game, and we're left with probably the most frustrating fight due to its design and multi-level venue.
Now, these three fights really have no real significance in the story. What they do convey, however, is the central theme of the game, Travis's past coming back to haunt him. It's a shame we don't fight new Destroyman as Travis though. I feel like that was a missed opportunity. But hey, he returns in No More Heroes 3 from the trailers, so I guess we'll get that dream fulfilled. Let's get to a fight that does hold weight though, Ryuji. Ryuji as a character has zero substance to him. He has no build-up, no backstory, but there's a reason for this. I'm a firm believer that Ryuji is a parallel to Travis. His character needs no introduction. Essentially, we've been playing as Ryuji the whole time in Travis. They are one and the same. Ryuji's death, similar to Holly Summers, is another that has Travis forget everything within the moment. He spares Ryuji's life before he's gunned down and essentially shamed by Sylvia, a fate similar to Holly Summers. Something that Travis could have prevented if he had given him a warrior's death. Sylvia criticizes him for this, reinforcing the ideology that both Holly and Shinobu openly share. They're assassins, and the only defeat for an assassin is death. She's right at the end of the day.
Why? You beat him. He had nothing left.
I know that, but he was a true warrior, and you gunned him down like a thug.
This is not some Pee-wee karate tournament, Travis. You do not play bows and go home. You are an assassin, and killing is how you win. But what? He fought honorably, so you want to let him live? So he can come back stronger and cut you in half? You are developing a bad habit. First that dumb schoolgirl, now him? Just finish the job, or we will do it for you. These fights are not a sport.
Shit.
Travis embarked on this journey for revenge and decided to climb the ranks again. He has to face the consequences of that choice. He has to kill whether he wants to or not. Travis fully embraces this going forward, as there are a few people in the same vein as Ryuji. The person we're about to talk to, however, isn't one of them. Margaret Moonlight. She could very well be a foil to Bad Girl with how both of them dress, Lolita fashion of contrasting colors, and their personalities are widely different from one another. That's not all though. What she really brings to the table, aside from being a fantastic boss fight, is an interesting boss tune. No, I'm not going to go and talk about the music in No More Heroes 2, the Gaming Brick Show has an amazing video on that already, but I will talk about this song in particular. The lyrics relate to Travis, and it makes more sense at the end of the game when things come full circle. So let's take a listen. That says a lot about not only Travis, but the plot entirely. There's nothing heroic or noble about revenge. No matter how much Travis sees himself as a hero, revenge is generally frowned upon when it comes to heroics. With great power comes great responsibility after all. Travis's journey in the first game and his journey in the second are both fueled by revenge that isn't only destructive to oneself, but destructive to everyone around. Now, I don't know where to start with this one. Captain Vladimir. Captain Vladimir, similar to Space Buster, is the oldest assassin and the third ranked respectively. His death is probably the saddest in the game. It's almost as if he's a ghost from a long forgotten time. His name and character design could be a reference to Vladimir Konrov, the first Soviet cosmonaut to fly in space twice, who tragically died when his government failed. After the fight, Travis stops Sylvia from finishing him off. He doesn't want a repeat of Ryuji. It's a touching moment. It ends on a shot of Captain Vlad's broken helmet as traces of light gently sparkle. It could also be interpreted as tears of a man finally seeing Earth after a long time. A peaceful death, unlike his assumed would-be real-life counterpart Komrov, who was burned to death when his ship crashed on re-entry.
Volk, my ship.
It's over, Captain.
This is Earth?
Yeah. Welcome home.
So, I'm finally back. After all this time. Fresh oxygen, blue sky, beautiful as I remember.
Glory to the Soviet Union. Just leave him alone. Let him rest in peace.
We must dispose of the remains. It's policy.
Screw your policy. He's back with the Earth after who knows how long. You're not gonna suck him up with your damn vacuum.
And that's where we move on to Alice Twilight, who, to me at least, is the manifestation of Travis, where his bloodlust is in full control, stopping him from living a normal life. Alice is the Holly Summers and, to an extent, Dr.Peace of No More Heroes 2, in the sense that she marks another changing point in Travis's life and mindset, and also for the fact that her story is very similar to Dr.Peace, in the sense of losing her family due to her work, if you will, consuming her entire life. We see her burning pictures. Taking a closer look, these were pictures of her own life. She was a mother, had a husband, and ironically, she was the sister of our 4th ranked assassin, Margaret Moonlight. Alice comes off as someone who doesn't want to continue being an assassin, but can't stop. She questions Travis, asking him how he did it. She also reveals the reason for Travis's fame is not because he's ranked number 1. It's the fact that he walked away after achieving the rank of 1. That made him a larger-than-life figure to most in the Garden of Madness.
Travis touchdown, correct?
Yeah, that's me. The No More Hero.
How unfortunate. Right when I'm about to reach the top, you have to find me. I was hoping we'd fight after I became #1.
Sorry to crush your dreams. I hate to do it, but I've got business with that son of a bitch, and I can't let you get to him first.
Please, don't think of me as a nuisance. But I will make sure your victory isn't easy. My pride is the second rank requires that much.
Honorable. I like that in a woman.
I've seen a lot in my journey up the ranks. An endless cycle of violence, now broadcast as a spectator's sport. Why, Travis? Why do so many assassins join if we are all going to end up killing each other in the end?
Does it really matter why?
To me, it does. It matters more than anything. We've all become trapped, don't you see? Addicted to the violence, to a life in the shadows. Once we join the ranks, we can never get out.
Don't be stupid. If you get tired of the battles, just fucking quit.
But that's why we all want to fight you, to learn your secret. Don't you get it?
Get what?
You are the crownless king, the one who got out. You reached the top, then walked away.
Well, I'm back now, aren't I?
With you it is different. You are the no more hero. Show me your passion. Release me from this cycle. Free us all in a crimson sea.
You asked for it. Bring it on!
Travis doesn't hesitate like he does with Holly. He doesn't spare her like he did with Ryuji. He gives her a warrior's death, if you will.
Travis, you are incredible. Everything I hoped for.
Tell me your name.
Promise me you won't forget. There once was an assassin named Alice.
I won't forget. Alice.
Sylvia!
You are now officially ranked 2nd.
See that? Now that was a battle. Look at this blood. We humans are alive, even if we are assassins. Doesn't matter if it's a video game, movie, drama, anime, manga, we're alive! People shed blood and die. This isn't a game. You can't just selfishly use death as your tool. This is Alice's blood. I bet you've already forgotten she existed. Same way you would have forgotten me. And that's why I'm tearing down the UAA!
Are you done bitching? You could never shut down the association. Fighting to be the best is human nature. It's evolution. Who are we to try and stand in its way?
Fuck that. I want to be a hero by my own standards.
You need to wake up, Travis.
Take your own goddamn advice.
The exchange between Travis and Sylvia is beautiful, as it really shows us, the audience, how much he's changed from his journey in the first game and now in this one. He snaps on Sylvia. This is the first time Travis has gotten mad at her to such an extreme extent. Before Travis realizes it, his beam katana had been burning her hand for quite some time, really portraying to the audience the weight of Travis's change. Now last but not least, our #1 ranked assassin in this never-ending garden of madness, Jasper Batt Jr. Now Jasper Batt is not a particularly deep character. He isn't even the slightest bit interesting. And to be frank, he was the most disappointing boss in the game. But I didn't come here to critique the game. That's already been done before. Jasper wants revenge on Travis for killing his parents. Who are his parents, you ask? Well, they were an assassination mission in the first game. See, Jasper Batt, the owner of PAPxPAP, pizza chain that's very prevalent in this game, was also a side mission that would be frequented in the first game. Let's ignore the fact that in No More Heroes 1 it was called Pizza Butt. What Jasper does is tie not only the game, but the ending of the first game together with a nice little bow on top. Jeane's quest for revenge, bleeding into Skelter Helter's quest for revenge, igniting Travis's quest for revenge as it comes full circle in Jasper Batt's quest for revenge. Bat explains to Travis what we already knew, and what Travis has failed to realize all this time. There's no walking away from this life. Actions have consequences. Bat reveals the heads of the family Travis left behind: Sylvia, Henry, and Shinobu. It was all the guys after all, but I can't help but feel it did have a lasting effect on him. I'll go more into detail when we get to the final game in this analysis.
Bat! There you are! Travis! Took you long enough! Thought the suspense was gonna kill me. How will he make his entrance? Is he emo or grunge? What's his fighting style? How's his broke-ass face gonna look when he dies? So much hostility! Why? Why'd you kill him? Ironic question coming from an assassin. Did you honestly think you could take so many lives and never suffer retribution? Have you never even seen a kung fu movie, spy flick, or western? Shakespeare, for God's sake! If you wanted revenge, you should have come for me! Not only did you murder my father, but my two brothers as well. That is why I took your best friend's life. Makes sense, Travis? It's called poetic justice. Go to hell. Don't ever compare Bishop with your shithead family. So naive, Travis. If you have someone to protect, you will lose them eventually. See for yourself. Now you're feeling it. That's your life losing all meaning. You've got nothing left except this fight. Now I know you'll put all you have into this. You're gonna fucking pay. Yes, a fight to the death. Get angry. So angry you start convulsing. Now, draw your katana. I'll relish every moment, every second of this kill. May you savor your death as well. Enough! Let the final battle begin!
Now Bat is calculated. He hires Quintet to murder Lovikov and Bishop before partnering with Skelter Helter in order to motivate Travis to climb the assassin's ranks to face him at the top. Travis finally defeats Bat in spectacular fashion before literally falling into Sylvia's arms. The last thing he says is,
Sylvia, now that's paradise.
the paradise Travis was seeking was right here the whole time. The ending rolls as we see the narrator from the start of the game, Sylvia, and the mysterious visitor who is revealed to be Travis.
Finally, here she is. Sylvia. I was looking for you.
My eyes. Can I open my eyes?
Yeah, it's real. Let's go home. Santa Destroy needs us.
Travis, my no more hero.
Now, you'd think this is where our game gets our fairy tale ending, but the title of this video is The Tragedy of Travis Touchdown, and before No More Heroes 3 drops, we still have one more game to talk about. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes is a game that is rich with meaning and story, but most of it isn't about Travis. No, the bulk of the story is about Suda's time in the video game industry, his origins, his struggle. I could go on and on about it, but this is a video about Travis and not the series as a whole. If you do, however, want to know more about this, please check out GhenryParez's video, Deadly Individualism, Travis Strikes Again. It's a very informative and well put together video. I'll leave a link in the description. Travis Strikes Again takes place 7 years after No More Heroes 2. We find Travis in self-isolation, away from Santa Destroy and away from his family. Travis at this point in his life is a husband and a father of 2. However, he abandons his responsibility. But Travis didn't do this because he's some deadbeat. It's quite the opposite. Travis's self-isolation was for his family's sake. Travis can't just walk away from this life as an assassin. There's far too much blood on his hands, and if that wasn't enough, the larger-than-life title of hero has attracted assassins from every corner, all wanting a piece of the pie. Travis spends his time playing video games in his self-isolation before he's ambushed by Badman, the father of our dear Charlotte Birkin, Batgirl. I feel like it would be redundant at this point to mention that yet another ghost from Travis's past has come back to haunt him, but here we are. So Batman, as you guessed, wants to kill Travis for killing his daughter. Not only that, but he wants to collect all 7 death balls to wish his daughter back to life. I think you get the reference. The death balls are essentially rare, never-before-released video games that go along with Travis's Death Drive Mark II. The two end up getting sucked into the machine as their stories continue, beating each game and then going on a search for the other, rinse and repeat. Now on to Travis's story in this game. Travis has changed a lot from No More Heroes 2. He learns a lot about himself and ultimately comes to terms with his actions. Each boss leaves something with Travis and helps him come to the answers he was avoiding when he embarks on this journey of self-isolation. So let's talk about that. One more thing before we get started on the bosses. Let's talk a little bit about Dr. Juvenile, the sister to Dr. Naomi, the genius behind Travis's artillery. She is the creator of the Death Drive and its games. She's a pseudo-guide throughout these worlds, and her story and Travis's reach a conclusion come the end of our story. More about her significance later. The first boss we encounter is Electric Triple Star, a hero to Travis and a great start to the game, as he kind of mirrors a lot of Travis's life now. He asks Travis why he fights. Travis remarks that it's simply his bloodthirst. Fighting gives him a rush. They talk about family, and this is where the mirroring hits hard. Electric Triple Star is a hero, not unlike Travis. A hero that is larger than life itself. Electric Triple Star could not protect his family. A fear Travis has, I'd say, is what drove him into his self-isolation in the first place. After Triple Star is defeated, he tells Travis that becoming a legend is painful and that he was uncomfortable here. Again mirroring the current state Travis finds himself in, away from his family because of his legendary status as an assassin. After the fight, Travis is back in his trailer reflecting. We learn the secret to his killings. His mind goes blank. Looking back at his monologue in the first game against his fight with Death Metal, I suppose this was what he was trying to do. He reflects on the fact that he killed his childhood hero. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop his emotions during the fight. The whole thing is rather somber. The fact that it has no music or no voice acting emphasizes the weight of his actions. It serves as great development for Travis, development that's sprinkled throughout this game. See, Travis is in for an adventure that changes him as a man, a learning experience unlike anything he's ever been through before. With that being said, let's move on to our second boss, Mr. Doppelganger. When Doppelganger meets Travis, he remarks that he's a killer. Travis is upset at this statement. He calls Doppelganger a murderer. To most, it would seem like nonsense. Murderer? Killer? Same thing, right? Well, wrong. Sort of. I'll use the words pseudo-crafted to define the two. In No More Heroes, killers are always assassins, and most assassins in these games only kill people in these assassination ranking. They do not involve innocent people in their bloodshed. Some, not all however, as we see with Destroyman, Pizza Bat, and the like. The words can be interchanged in most circumstances, but they are not entirely the same thing. That aside, let's talk about Doppelganger origins. Doppelganger, formerly known as Patrick Granada Jr., is a video game character in the No More Heroes universe based off a serial killer in that universe who reigns rampant years prior to the events of Travis Strikes Again. Whether he's based off the real-life Doppelganger serial killer in our reality, I don't know. He is, however, the adopted father of our game creator, Dr. Juvenile. Formerly a social worker, Granada eventually lost his mind. After handling countless cases of poor human behavior, contrasting how hopeless the people in these cases were in comparison to the genius of his daughter, Juvenile, he became a serial killer, murdering thousands, including his wife, after she tried to kill their daughter. He did try to kill Juvenile, but for unknown reasons, he failed to, or maybe he couldn't bring himself to. After Travis defeats Doppelganger, he remarks on his life. Travis comes to the conclusion that Doppelganger is not a perverted weirdo or killer. He's just a murderer. He questions whether his soul is wandering looking for his daughter is some kind of atonement. But he shortly retracts this thought. He calls him an arrogant snob that just looks down on people. In my opinion, that mindset isn't too far from what Travis could have become given his presence in No More Heroes 2, being this larger-than-life entity, this legend. Our third boss sends Travis and Batman on a murder mystery, leading the two to realize that there is no murder to begin with. Buster Jr. confesses that he plotted his own death to look like a murder. He becomes angry when Touchdown takes responsibility for bringing him back to life, as he challenges him to a battle. Travis wins naturally, as Buster accuses him of going easy. Travis states that he looked so desperate that there was no need to cut him down, showing again that Travis has grown so much from the first game, as he refuses to cut down someone for just the sake of it. After the fight, Travis once again finds himself in deep thought. Buster Jr. seeks death. Travis finds it pitiful watching an old man struggle for a place to die. He ponders that the only atonement Buster Jr. could have gained was dying like a dog. Travis wonders if he could be like him, but he disagrees with the idea, calling Buster Jr. a real man. Moving forward a few bosses, we make it to 8 hearts. There's not much to talk about here besides one thing. When Travis and 8 hearts were conversing, they both said they hated the word legend. I assume Travis hates it because of his status as an assassin. The fact forced him to abandon his family for their safety. Moving forward a few bosses, Travis encounters Dr. Juvenile, Naomi's sister, and the creator of these death balls and the death drive. After their fight, he remarks on how he doesn't want to kill her, and that it doesn't feel right having to put all her emotions and hard work into these games, only sadness carrying her forward. Maybe it's something Travis himself can relate to. We're finally at the end of our game, as a clone of Travis, long story, comes face to face with John Winters, Juvenile's mentor and a hero for Travis. John has been living a peaceful life on Mars, and similar to Travis, he had become disillusioned with society. John offers to let Travis stay here with him on Mars. Travis ponders the idea. It would be perfect, the ideal life. However, Travis declines. He refuses to let himself just get rid of his baggage. With this, Travis's clone is killed. As we go back to the trailer, Batgirl is brought back to life, and Travis is reunited with Shinobu with a newfound determination. Having learned a lot about himself and finally going back to where it all started, to finally face his problems. Unlucky for him, aliens are taking over.
No more heroes, it's hero begin to catch on nobody but yourself, nothing else to do. No more heroes, no time to stay still if you're gonna be number one.
Travis, it's kill or be killed.
Hello there, welcome back to the channel. You know who you are. This is the long-awaited follow-up to my first No More Heroes video, the tragedy of Travis Touchdown. If you're new here and you like No More Heroes, I suggest you go check that video out. It's rather long though, so check it out after this one. But this is a video that's been a long time in the making. I was struggling with the idea of putting this on a separate channel, but for all the people who really wanted to hear my thoughts on No More Heroes 3, I'm going to deliver in the best way that I can with an analysis of the plot's most important characters. The protagonist, Travis Touchdown, and the antagonist, Jasper Batt Jr, aka Fu. I'll talk a little bit about Henry as well for everyone that wanted me to, so sit back. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. I usually do this kind of long-winded analysis type videos on various other series, primarily anime and manga. And without further delay, let's get into the topic of this video.
No more heroes, it's hero begin to catch on nobody but yourself, nothing else to do. No more heroes, no time to stay still if you're gonna be number one.
Now, I'm going to try not to discuss the overall theme of No More Heroes 3, the problems, or my own grievances. Instead, I will discuss what the fourth entry in the series does phenomenally. I am no stranger to complimenting the genius mind of Suda51, and here will be no different. No More Heroes 3 takes the best parts of the previous 3 entries and combines them into something truly spectacular. While it's not perfect, it's not terrible either. And I want to talk about Travis and Fu and why I believe they are perfect mirrors to each other. I'll keep it light on the history of Travis Touchdown because I already covered that in a nearly 2-hour video now. To understand why I believe Fu is the perfect mirror to Travis, first I need to talk about Henry and why he is the perfect foil to Travis. In the first game, Henry is everything Travis is not. He maintains a cool as a cucumber demeanor, he is in control of his life, he has a wife, he has a job, he's assumed to be well off financially, while Travis lives in a dilapidated hotel resembling an otaku stereotype without a job and trapped in a terrible loop of murdering people in order to sleep with Sylvia. Even their designs contrast one another. Travis's hair is spiked while Henry's is slicked back. Travis wears bright red and blue while Henry opts for something more subdued. And finally, the two employ identical weapons. In fact, Henry is the only other character in the first game who wields a beam katana. Even in subsequent sequels, his beam katana remains rather normal in comparison to everyone else wielding one, besides Ryuji. As I already stated in my previous video, Ryuji is supposed to be basically Travis, in my opinion at least. It's rather intriguing how, as Travis improves throughout the series, Henry deteriorates. In No More Heroes 2, I believe the first indication of him being deranged occurred during his dream sequence boss fight with Mimmy. The dream was a parody of how odd anime can be, but the extent to which Henry devolves into what we see in this third installment is telling. That is why I feel like this was the first step in him subconsciously distancing himself from the object reality of the world in which he finds himself in, which already is pretty strange to be honest. The premise, I believe, is expanded significantly in Travis Strikes Again. After seeing the first Thor film, Henry becomes completely deranged, joining a cult and developing a newfound desire to murder Travis, as he is no longer able to distinguish fiction and reality, seeing himself as Thor and Travis as Loki. Or maybe he saw himself as Loki and Travis as Thor. I'm not quite sure, but if only he had stuck around for the other subsequent MCU films. This concept of Henry losing his mind, in my opinion, is the driving force behind everything he does in No More Heroes 3. Henry makes a somewhat contradictory statement. He discusses his relationship with Travis and Jeane in detail, yet what he says kinda contradicts Jeane's narrative.
You are my half-brother. You know that manga called Miyuki? The Japanese one? Well, it's like that. Your father abandoned my mother to run off with your mother. It broke her heart beyond repair. She killed herself. Knowing I had nowhere to go, he took advantage of me. Ever since I can remember, he molested me. We lived in this rotten apartment, and I was his slave. Every day I cursed his soul. I swore that I would kill him one day. But cursing didn't change anything. That's when I decided to become a killer. With no money to pay for training, I paid with my body. But to you, I bet that son of a bitch looked like a hard-working family man. That was all an act. He didn't give two shits about cleaning up my life. So I decided to clean it up myself. That's why I do what I do. And I got what I wanted. Killing him in front of your very eyes. That's my story.
Listen, little brother. It was a snowy day. We three siblings made our escape from our serial killer father. We ran through the snow. I was holding Jeane, who was still small. And you were crying as you ran. We spent days and days in the woods. We built an igloo out of the snow to escape the cold. We had finally found our way to a major road. Those huge cars moved in and surrounded us. We heard the sound of the locks. The adults, they took us, and they tied us up. After that, I lost all my memories. And had them overwritten with those of a child born to the Cooldown family.
That's what I think, and I'm going to stick with those sentiments because to me it makes the most sense given context. I genuinely believe this is what Suda was going for. I don't want to think he'd discard what was written before, leaving a huge plot hole in the story, but No More Heroes 2 does exist, so who knows. But to recap, I think Henry is crazy and we shouldn't really take anything that he says to face value because of how he's devolved as a person over the years. Now to the meat of this video. Throughout the course of No More Heroes 3, we learn a lot about Travis, but on the inverse, we learn a lot about our main antagonist as well. This is where No More Heroes 3 greatly differs in its storytelling compared to the previous games. We didn't know who we were fighting and each boss was completely new to us. No More Heroes 2 follows the same structure, but we knew who we were facing this time. However, we never saw his appearance until the end of the game. We didn't really know his motivations until that point in the game either. Travis Strikes Again is the closest thing to what No More Heroes 3 does with its main villain. It primarily focuses on Travis and Dr. Juvenile, who surprisingly was the final boss of the game. Also, just like Fu, we learn a lot about her throughout the course of the game, through her various creations. But that's where the similarities stop. As I said earlier, Fu is the perfect mirror to Travis. Fu is looking for companionship, but instead of forming healthy relationships with his comrades, it's all done by force. It's a toxic cesspool, if you will, that ultimately stems from his upbringing. Fu is a prince. He had it all. He's extremely privileged and powerful, letting that bloodlust for conquest and victory blind him. Fu genuinely believes that he is a hero. I see Fu as a Travis who didn't take to heart any of the lessons he learned throughout his years. While Travis was looking for the exit to paradise, Fu didn't care about such things. To him, this Garden of Insanity probably was paradise. A similar mindset that Travis had during his fight with Death Metal.
Hey, you know what paradise is, right?
Paradise?
This is paradise. The place where dreams are fulfilled. Well, you've had your dream, old man. Time to wake up.
This is no paradise.
All right, then what is it?
A place to die.
Huh. I'm glad you and I are on the same page here.
So naive. You have no idea, do you? What a pity. You make an old man cry. Arrogant, crude little shits like you come around from time to time. Listen well, young one. The wall is high, higher than you will ever know.
Ha! So you actually made it all the way here. I'm more pleased than surprised. To think that there was a shining pebble in the rough of that trash planet after all. You're that shining pebble, but I'm a fucking diamond! And that's quite a huge disparity.
You just can't stop talking, can you, Prince Dumbass? Do you really fear me that much?
What the fuck you say? Fear? What the hell is fear anyway? I can't even comprehend the emotion you call fear. No, seriously, tell me, what is fear?
That's sad. Didn't your mommy and daddy teach you? It's not nice to cause trouble for others. No? Cause trouble. And you'll get scolded. But nobody's ever scolded you before, have they?
My daddy scolded me once. I was punished and was sent to rot in space prison.
Black hole prison? It's basically paradise. That wasn't punishment. You just went on a nice little vacation abroad. And that's how we get Prince Dumbasses like you.
Fu is a Travis that did not have genuine friendships to ground him. I think as cliche as that is, friendship is the big difference between the two and a main aspect of this game overall. We get a glimpse of this as early as the first boss, Mr. Black Hole, who shows Travis his world that had been turned into rubble by Fu. He also refers to Fu as his boss, not his friend, something that we will touch upon later. When Travis questions his reasons for not retaliating, Mr. Black Hole tells him that no one would be a match for Fu.
Where am I?
This is my planet. Well, now it's a hellscape with nothing but a graveyard and a galactic waste disposal site. This is where we grew up. My boss, Fu, he went bad shit crazy. Destroyed the whole planet. Ha! Ain't that a bitch?
It is indeed. So why not get revenge?
Revenge against Fu? We wouldn't last 3 damn seconds against him.
Are you okay with a life of submission?
Well, that's how I've lived. It's my destiny.
Rethink this. You can still go back. Go on back to space.
Nope, no can do. Either way, Fu is gonna kill me.
I see. Yeah, about that destiny. I'll put an end to that for you.
Sounds good. Okay, wanna get started?
It's a common theme within this game. A bunch of Fu's allies are broken, abused aliens. Most of them abused by his own hands. Forced to follow him because if they don't, well, everything that they love and hold dear would be destroyed. We see this fact brought up again when Travis fights Sonic Juice, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get to Sonic Juice later. Fu believes that the people he surrounds himself with are his friends, even if that couldn't be further from the truth. This is one of the reasons why he decides to confront Travis early on, killing Badman, an eye for an eye if you will. He's genuinely upset that Travis killed Gojo and Mr. Black Hole.
Sup, assassin? You the one who killed my buddy? I saw you on TV, Prince. What a lame-ass little speech. That shit was just stupid. We had our own Miike night over here. Thanks to that, I came to the conclusion that Andromeda deserves to be reevaluated.
Ugh. Keep talking all you want. You're already dead. Or close enough anyway. Because you've pissed me off. When the conversation stops, that's when you die.
Oh, so you're challenging me, huh? You talk a pretty big game, Prince Dumbass.
You, a human, ridicule me? That shall not stand.
I'm tired of all this ranking bullshit. All I gotta do is take Prince Dumbass's head off and it's over. Bring it on! I'll give you a little kiss.
This is over. I'll show you how it ends!
Let's go! Shinobu! Get away from him! Back off! Fucking punk!
That stings. Who the hell are you? That's about enough from you. Now it's my turn.
Where are you?
Hey, assassin. This a friend of yours?
Let him go! He's got nothing to do with this. You're here for me.
That doesn't make any sense. You killed my buddy, right? And so, well, this is how it's gotta be.
Before every fight, we learn a little bit more about him through the eyes of his comrades. Most of them view him as a god to be worshipped, or someone to be feared. And some people have Fu on the receiving end of the toxic behavior, like Midorikawa and Velvet Chairgirl. The only person that keeps it real with him is Vanishing Point.
You know, I've known you for a long time.
Oh, the Gold family has served the royal family for about 23,700 years now. It has been pretty long.
This is apparently a specialty of this planet. These humans line up for more than 2 hours for this shit.
And you got some just for me?
I had Damon's secretary line up for it.
Long lines. Oh, wow. How delicious. These little balls.
Is this stuff really that good? Damon gave me some once, back in the day. I liked milk better.
So, you two are like super close friends, right? You and Damon?
Yeah, we're real close.
How nice.
You're a good friend too. Sorry I got you mixed up in this fight. Especially when you helped me break out.
Friend? I'm so honored. I will give you my life, Your Majesty.
Life isn't something you give away.
It's something you protect.
Your Majesty.
It's almost time. Travis is coming.
Leave him to me, Your Highness.
You think you can take him down?
Of course. He is but a simple human. I'm going to cut off his arms, and will then proceed to slice him up nicely.
Hey, tell me about some of your memories.
Feeling sentimental, hmm?
I don't like it when a friend dies.
This happened a long time ago. I went on a family trip to the sea, but I don't remember anything about the ocean. What was burned into my memory was a shop with a glass bulb hanging from the ceiling. I was moved by the sound of the jingling glass. And when I left the shop, there was a white lighthouse. But as for where that place was, I have no idea at all.
That's a nice story. Let's go out there and find that lighthouse together.
Lord Fu, thank you.
Now go! Black Knight direction!
I'm off.
Prince, you hate me, don't you?
I don't hate you. I just don't like you is all.
That counts as being in the hate category, but what would you know, huh?
You making fun of me?
I'm just being honest. Listen, value those who tell you the truth. Nobody speaks their mind in front of the prince.
What?
The people always say nice, happy things to you. But they're either talking shit behind your back, or they're knocking on you to the king. Definitely. 100%.
Is this true?
If you don't believe me, set up some cameras or something.
This shit is not okay. I'm gonna execute them all.
Hey now, calm down, Prince. That's textbook spoiled rich kid talk. Let it go. Forgive your enemies and make them your friends. That's how a real leader does it.
Vanishing point. Will you keep being honest with me?
Prince, I couldn't bullshit you even if I wanted.
I hope not.
You stay honest with me, too.
Now, remember I mentioned Sonic Juice? Well, about him. He has no other option but to fight. Simply put, Fu would wipe out his entire species.
You willing to back off?
That is going to be rather difficult. Fu is terrifying. If I were to disobey him, my entire species would be wiped out. This planet, too, was destroyed by Fu.
A place as beautiful as this?
This world was purged, its civilizations decimated, left with nothing but a legacy of death.
I guess that settles it then. We're destined to fight.
Travis spares Sonic Juice, but Fu just kills him anyway. Despite him and Sonic Juice sharing the strongest and closest friendships of all the bosses thus far, it means nothing. Fu even says this.
Fine, you're an interesting guy. You fucking dick prince!
You're getting soft, assassin. You can't beat me like that. You're too soft.
Wasn't that your friend?
I've forgotten about all that old stuff. We're in different positions now.
Fu has no regard for life and no regard for friendship. I chalk this up to his fear of Travis' touchdown. It's quite ironic given how Fu acts and what he says at the start of the game compared to what he says now.
Friend, I'm so honored. I will give you my life, Your Majesty.
Life isn't something you give away. It's something you protect.
Wasn't that your friend?
I've forgotten about all that old stuff. We're in different positions now.
As Fu continues to lose friends throughout the course of the final installment of this game, Travis, on the other hand, finds new ones, in addition to his old ones. It's been 3 games leading up to this. He respects life, whether it's from Earth or otherwise. He's no longer this bloodthirsty assassin itching for his next kill. The biggest indicator that Fu is just like Travis comes from their final confrontation, mirroring one of the most pivotal moments of the first game.
Do you like fear?
Do you really fear me that much?
Can't say. Never felt it.
Fear? What the hell is fear anyway? I can't even comprehend the emotion you call fear. No, seriously, tell me, what is fear?
Fu ultimately lost because he treated everyone around him like dirt. Fu's biggest mistake was facing someone who had so much in common with him, someone who could have gone down a similar path. Fu was humbled at the end of the game as he's betrayed by Damon, seemingly the last person who gave a shit about him. Travis throughout No More Heroes 3 isn't treated like Fu. He's not feared by the people around him, nor does he have the same insecurities as Fu. He walks on equal footing with the people he surrounds himself with, like real friendships. He's no longer the same person who entered the Garden of Madness, or perfectly put, the Garden of Insanity, all those years ago. Stepping in when he needs to, no longer running from his problems, but facing them head on. What started off as a revenge story quickly turned into something bigger than himself and his needs. Travis has to save the world. If he doesn't, who will? I guess it could be seen as atonement for all the killing he's done in his life. Like those redemption stories where the villain does one good deed at the end of his journey to rewrite the wrongs of his past. But it feels like Travis will never find the atonement for being an assassin. He'll never rest. Even in self-isolation, it seems like he just can't kill the past. Fu found the exit to paradise within death, while Travis is still searching. Thank you all for watching. This is GrimToki. This has been Beyond Animation. And if you like anything I had to say, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It greatly helps out the channel. And I think this is the final chapter of my No More Heroes videos. Unless something else happens and I have to come back and talk about these characters I love so much. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
This count. I feel as if I'm looking at my future self. Mega bucks, big-ass house, fast cars, dining in style with a world-class chef and a trusty nutritionist counting every calorie. A team of hot yoga instructors to keep me in shape, nurses to attend to my body, maids and loyal servants at my beck and call. On the weekends, tan babes knocking on my door every 2 hours. Every day full of excitement and luxury. That'd be the life. Everything in its right place. It's the perfect life. It's the life of winners. That'll be my life. I thirst for selflessness. Hypocrites lusting for their own desire to get killed by young rookies like me. This is how it goes down. And for the old killers, they'll croak anyway. I guess you can call this a comedy. I realize there's really nothing here for me. But what else can I do but keep going? Maybe I should have been a little more careful before I jumped in. Gotta find the exit. Gotta find that exit to paradise. But I can't see it. Can't see anything. There's this sense of doom running down my spine like it's trying to suck the life out of me. I need to get rid of it before I bail. Something deeper. Deeper than my instincts is taunting me. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit. Can't find the exit.